This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories, and welcome to a video that I've been planning for a few weeks, although I really was able to start it after The Boys Season 3 ended, and I'm going to take a look at what I now think could be adapted into The Boys, both Seasons 4 and 5, maybe 6, but I feel like at most we got probably 2 seasons, maybe 3 seasons if they want to push it left of The Boys, because I feel like things are going to be coming to an ultimate climax soon. And with it, I'm going to be basing this mainly off the comics to see what they could adapt and how it will be adapted. So there can be spoilers for the show, since this will be based off of spoilers for the comics. And I just don't want to ruin anything that could happen in the show for you. So, just in case, if you haven't read the comics yet, I would not recommend watching the video because there could be some spoilers for the show in it, and I don't want to ruin it for you. So, starting off, let's take a look at just the two big endgame things which I think will definitely happen, and I think the Butcher thing's actually way more likely than when I made the last one of these videos. Because with that, I wasn't fully sure if they would go with the Butcher killing all soups route, and now I think they're definitely on the path to do it. With him having 12 to 18 months to live, I think that it's going to be extremely likely we will see him go on a killing spree after Homelander has died. And this will be the final season, him trying to go and wipe out all Stoops before he goes and dies. And with this, we could see the deaths of many members of the Boys. Although I feel like it's not going to be as extreme in the comics, since in that everyone but Starlight and Huey go and die. But with it, things are definitely going to be different with this storyline. And this is the first one I want to talk about because I think it's probably the most questionable one, and the other ones are almost certainly going to happen. With this one, I think it's going to be really interesting to see how they go and adapt it, and if he's gonna, think about Ryan, or if Ryan's going to go and either go turn fully evil or maybe even die killing his father, but I'm not really sure. And the only way I could see, or at least right now, him not going and killing every Stoop is if it is to save Ryan, but with it, I'm honestly not sure. And with it, I think that if they do go this route, I think that he will go with the thing where he tricks Huey into killing him like he did in the comics. Although with this, it'll be so he doesn't have to spend his final months in a hospital bed before he dies. Although it is in the comics, it's because he was paralyzed and he didn't want to spend the rest of his life paralyzed, so he goads Huey into killing him. But yeah, I feel like that's going to be it, and that's going to be Butcher's, final mini victory. But he's also going to be setting Huey up for him to win, like he did in the comics, because I feel like they'll still do that because he showed signs of that this season. So I feel like that's pretty good chance of happening, and that'll be a great season. And to talk about the one thing that is almost certainly not happening and has been fully, taken out is Black Noir being a clone of Homelander. I've mentioned this before, but there is no way they're going to do this. Now they, may make a Black Noir clone or replacement for the show because he's just, a guy in a suit and no one really knows what he looks like outside of a few members of the Seven, and Homelander could easily replace him. With this, I think that even if we do get a replacement Black Noir, he probably won't be a clone of Homelander. And if he is, it could be interesting, but the one we saw is not going to be a clone of Homelander, and with it, I think he'd just be too suspicious of the new Black Noir and would find out it is a clone of him, and the impact won't be as great since that Black Noir was manipulating and doing a bunch of horrible events to go and both frame Homelander and make him think he's gone insane to make him actually go insane. So yeah, with that, I feel like there might be something they could do with it, but I don't think it's going to be adapted too well. Moving on to, I think the most obvious thing that's going to happen is Homelander's going to overthrow the U.S. government, and with it, we're going to see next season the new president Dakota Bob be elected, and then his head will tragically explode, making Victoria Newman the president of the United States. And with that, one of two things will happen. Although I do wish they go with the death by Wolverine explanation from the comics because that is just so random, and I feel like it would fit so well in the show that we'll just see this in maybe an entire episode where we have Victoria Newman going and planning how she's going to kill the president as a subplot, and then we just see the president get attacked by a Wolverine that some kid brought to bring your pet to the White House Day and get killed like that. And I just think it would be such a funny moment. I would definitely want to see it. Although I just feel like that's not going to happen and his head just going to be blown up by Victoria Newman. But yeah, with it, I definitely just really think this is going to happen. And as it's going to happen one of two ways. One, she's going to side with the Supes and lead a uprising with them, and they're going to go against other countries. But the more interesting way is after she takes power, before really she could do anything, Homelander goes and leads his own revolution. He goes and kills her, claiming that she killed the president, and he leads an army of not only Supes but also the growing number of supporters he has, who will be completely blindly loyal to him, even if the Flight 37 video is released, which I think it probably will be. But with it, there'll be a lot of these people who are devoted to him will also just claim it as, a fake video, even if there are people who could prove it is real. And with it, we'll just see a crazy civil war and battle in the Capitol, which will, as long as they do the Butcher storyline for the final season, be probably a crazy 2 to 3 part finale to the show where we just see all these horrible things happen. And I think it will be really interesting to see. But yeah, with it, I do want to know what you think of this. How do you think it's going to happen? And do you think it will happen? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you on the next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.